Hi there, my name is Rajak. I would like to thank you for this opportunity to share with you how our software, Tagteka, can help you save a lot of money and a lot of time managing your facility and your properties. Right now, I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of how this software looks like when it's installed on the mobile app and also from a web browser. So I will talk a little bit fast because there is a lot of content here to go through. And if you're a property or facility manager, I'm sure you have hundreds of things to do each and every day. Well, don't worry, we've created this software to help you with that problem. So I'm going to focus on the mobile app first, which is literally a duplicate of what you would see if you were logged into your admin panel. So pretty much we want to provide you a scope and breakdown of everything pertaining to your building. You have a breakdown of all mechanical components pertaining to plumbing, HVAC, fire. We also deal with electrical and common elements. And you could view this chart as well on your mobile app. Now, what makes us different from other software companies is that we developed our own RFID tags, which are specialized to be installed in high-rise building applications, in mechanical boiler rooms. And how our software works is that you use these RFID chips, which you would install on any mechanical component in the building. Whether it's a valve, like the one I'm holding over here, or anything else, whether it's a pump, a PRV, a backflow preventer, a mixing valve, you name it. Any mechanical asset that has a value to it and a depreciating value, and you need to service it on regular schedules to ensure it functions and there is no downtime in your properties, this system and software and our technologies will help you. So inside of this tag here, you have an RFID chip, and we will supply you with an RFID gun to help you to scan this, which you can then view on the mobile app. All right, so from the dashboard screen, you could see what we have done here is we've created this map where you could view when things are needed and due for service. Anything that has a red line means it's past overdue. And every mechanical component here has a set time when it is due for its next service. How is this determined? Is that we work with your service contractors or manufacturers who have produced the valves or equipment in your building to determine the best time to service them to prolong the extended life of the asset. All right, now, for example, you will most likely be in a mechanical room or on the field when you are viewing these assets. So it's best if I show you how it looks like on the mobile app. So once you've connected this gun through Bluetooth, you then have the ability to scan assets. All right, we've set here a simple dial, which you can choose the power rating of determining how far you want to scan these items. And keep in mind, this technology and the scanners that we use can read tags from up to 6 to 15 feet away, sometimes even more if there are no obstructions. With a simple button, a click of a button of scanning, our software here will start picking up any tags in the vicinity. Now, for demonstration purposes, let's assume this valve that I'm holding here, I open it up, and here I have a photo exactly. I can upload multiple photos. I have all the data pertaining to it. I have all service records. If I want to upload work orders or any warranty manuals, you name it, everything is stored on here. Now, another crucial feature that we have implemented here to help property and service managers is you get to use this technology to help you to reverse locate these components. So if you're in a mechanical room with, let's say, 50 valves, and you're looking for a particular one to shut down a water supply or something in the building, this becomes very useful, especially if it's hidden behind very thick insulation. And this just helps you stay on top and on track of things. So with the simple click of a button of locate asset, the technology here starts scanning for it with an audible and visual cue. All right, we can change these parameters depending on your environment to give you a more accurate reading. So this will be very, very useful in situations where you have to find a valve immediately to shut off the water. All right? And if you can sometimes even train your staff to use this technology to go from building to building and exercise valves, which I will then touch on that point later and show you why it's so important to exercise valves in buildings to help reduce the risk of floods, thousands of dollars in water wastage, and thousands of dollars in money being wasted just because you're not exercising the valve components. All right? When we've built this software, we've had the property manager closely in mind. We've worked with a lot of property managers to get feedback. And we understand it's one thing to identify a component, but then having to convey this information to somebody, whether something is defective or broken, we have made that much more simpler by clicking this request service button. You get to pick and choose which plumbing company or service contractor you want to notify. And let's say if this cell phone I'm holding here is to the property manager, and this cell phone I'm holding here, I am the service contractor. I've just received a text message, and it's not just an ordinary text message that says, hey, please contact me. It goes into detail, telling you exactly everything that the service contractor needs to know. All right? So if you could see from the screenshot below, it tells you that this valve, it tells me all the details I would need to know to provide you, the property manager, a quote, or to give you some more details about how to service it. Conventional ways, or the way things are done now, is you, the property manager, you see something that's defective in the building. You call up your service contractor and say, listen, I need you to come here and I need you to give me a quote for something that's leaking. Well, if you multiply this scenario here thousands of times a year, okay, it'll add up. Because what happens here is the service contractor has to charge you to come, in most cases, to provide you a quote. And then it takes a while for them to go back to their office, speak with their suppliers, and then get back to you. It could be, we've simplified that process, all right? This process alone will help you save thousands of dollars. It's going to help you save so much time, not only for you, but also for your service contractors, okay? So that's what we do in terms of using the RFID scanning technology and the tags we've developed to help you stay on top of everything within your building. And when you look at your assets, you get to easily categorize everything pertaining to the building, okay? So if you want to look at all the ball valves in the building located in a boiler room, all this information gets easily filtered for you, all right? And you can do it for any component. And this does not just apply to things in a building. This will work for equipment, you name it, vehicles, anything that you want to put a tag on to track and manage. Our systems can help you do it. We have our team can help make custom applications for anything that you need, all right? And same thing, from a click of a button here where you can request service, you can do it from the mobile phone. Everything is a one-stop hub just to help you in that sense, okay? In addition to our RFID scanning technologies, we implement temperature, pressure, velocity, hydro, carbon monoxide, flood sensors in all of your properties and buildings, all right? So if you have any particular problems in a building, let's say the water is too hot or too cold, the pressure, something is off, you will get notified by a text message telling you that something is wrong. You get to pick and choose multiple properties who will get notified of this. This is very important when it comes to in flood situations. All right. Right now, I'm going to demonstrate how our flood sensors work. Again, these flood sensors can be installed in very critical areas. We recommend installing them in typical high-rise condos in all penthouse floors or the lower floors where there could be kitchen backups. And let me tell you folks, in this example here, time really is money, because when you have a flood occurring anywhere, the difference in dollars of damages is truly extensive when we go past half an hour or even an hour before somebody comes to your building to take care of it. So I have the sensor here in front of me, and I have a cup of water. All right, let's assume I am one of the parties who will be notified. And once this sensor gets dipped into water, or there is water contact, I literally get a message in less than 5 seconds to my text. All right, I'm going to show you quickly what it looks like. It says, attention. In this case, water was detected in this particular unit in the penthouse floor. Please come here and solve this issue immediately. If you can just put yourself in that scenario where you can identify a flood in a matter of 5 minutes, as opposed to being notified of a flood by, let's say, a tenant or somebody else, which has probably taken half an hour or maybe a little bit less, or it could be more, the amount of damage that has happened, the amount of insurance problems you have to deal with, your claims going up, your deductibles, you name it. It is better to protect yourself ahead of time and not have to worry about these things. And we monitor your sensors on a daily basis to ensure the signal is calibrated, everything is working functionally, to ensure if something were to happen, you will be notified of that. Okay? Again, the beauty of all of this is we're providing comfort, because we understand the property or facility manager has 1,000 things to do. He can view it simply, all the sensors that he has in the building or any facility, and he can view these. Now, for this presentation's sake, we have optimized the screen for the sensor data to be forced in a horizontal view because it'll be easier for you to read. But just when I click on, for example, a temperature sensor, you could see what it'll look like when you hold your phone horizontally, okay? So again, we do this for pressure, temperature, velocity, carbon monoxide, flood. And if there's anything else that you have special equipment, we can work with our suppliers and our engineers to help customize a sensor for you. All right, so I promise to keep this as short as possible. You've seen a demonstration of our RFID technology, how the scanning works, how you can locate assets, track assets. This software has been optimized so you get to store documentation. Nothing gets lost, all right? If you want to share valve charts with your service contractors or warranty documents, operations manuals, everything gets stored on here and can be shared easily with all stakeholders. If there's anything custom you want to create on here, we can do that with you and for you. Once again, we've developed this software. It was first conceptualized by Mr. Bob Maslanka, who is a successful owner of New Line Plumbing, a master plumber with over 25 years of experience. He understands high-rise buildings and facilities like nobody else, and has been able to service and manage a portfolio of over 150 plus high-rise buildings. And over the years, as I've worked with Bob and his team, we have been able to see that there is a lot of deficiencies in how information is stored, how problems can be mitigated, how floods can be avoided, how all the mechanical components within a building can have a much longer lifespan if they're simply just serviced on time. And again, this all goes back to you, where you could save a tremendous amount of money. You could save so much time. And in addition, with our vision statement, is we could help the world save a lot of water. Because if we take the action of exercising valves on time, all right, which in most cases this is never done or equipment is not maintained, you have inefficient building operations. And why it's important to do something like this of exercising a valve, which will be the last point I'm going to talk about here, is because it's one thing to know where this is, and when you want to shut it off, the worst thing that could happen, it won't. It's completely stuck, it's seized. Each valve has a recommended time that it should be exercised from the specifications of the engineers, where every 6 months to a year, performing this simple action will extend the life of this. Some of these valves, higher in size, range from, close to $1,000+, and having to replace them across all your properties. Well, if you have 100, 200 valves a year you have to replace, you multiply that, well, you could see how much savings you could have through all your facilities and your real estate portfolio. Okay, so if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at our website, tagteka.com. You could fill out a form, tell us a little bit more about your building, your goals, your needs, and how we can help you. And thank you so much for this opportunity to share with you what we've created here. We truly believe this will help make everybody's lives easier, whether it's the property manager, the service contractor. We know that this system here will help save a tremendous amount of water across the world, and this will help property managers and facility managers combat inflation and save thousands of dollars, ensuring that everything in the building is tracked on time and everything is well maintained. So once again, thank you so much for this opportunity. It has been a pleasure to share this with you, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you so much.